Jason's on the air. Yeah, Jason.
Hi, how you doing, Howard?
How you doing, man?
And I had this problem. I ended up sleeping with my sister.
Oh, yeah? Is that real?
Yeah, for real.
How was she? Any good?
It was an accident?
Well,
Would you like your mom and dad said you had to share the same bed for a night and then you accidentally rolled on top of her?
no, I'm married and she's married.
Oh, really?
This happened recently?
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty heavy.
Well, what happened was,
Real sister or stepsister?
no, real sister.
Full blood.
She must be hot.
Yeah.
I mean, because, if you're going to make love to your sister,
But did you have feelings for her before?
your
No.
sister's got to be really good looking if you're going to forget that she's your sister. You know what I mean? Were you drunk?
Well, what happened was, she was staying with me because,
You know substance has to be involved.
Of course.
Some sort of
Something's
substance.
got to loosen those
Yeah.
inhibitions.
Hey, Gorilla, can you bring me tons of hot water, cups of hot water? Could you do that for me? Because I am very, very parched. Thank you, Bubby. All right, let's get back to this guy who screwed his sister.
All right, where did it happen, man?
at my house, she was up with me staying for a couple
All right,
days.
how old are you?
I'm 25,
And how old is your sister?
28.
And when you
So
say
your
she's
older
hot,
sister.
like, and she's married?
Uh-huh.
She has kids?
No.
All right. So she's really hot.
Right.
Like, what does she look like?
She's got blonde hair,
Yeah.
and she's about 5'10".
That's tall. I love that. Is she thin?
Yeah.
Like, how much does she weigh, you think?
120.
Like, around there.
Uh-huh.
And does she look like anyone famous so we can relate to her?
Jackie Joke Man. No.
God forbid.
No,
Mitch Fertel.
no one I can think of, no.
All right. But she's really good looking.
Yeah.
Like the best looking girl you know.
Could be a model.
Okay. All right. So what does she wear around your, like, when she came over, what was she wearing?
Well, nothing special. It
Like,
wasn't-
what does she like to dress in? Like, does she dress kind of sexy?
Well, yeah, like, short shorts, tank tops.
Her ass hanging out of those shorts?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. See, he got confused because she was so hot. You didn't knock her up, did you?
Oh, that would be
I don't
good.
know.
Did you wear rubber?
No.
You don't
No,
wear
yeah.
rubbers in the family.
She was your sister. Would you wear rubber with your sister? That's a good question. Let's open that up for a discussion this morning.
Why? Why bother?
Why bother?
Why bother at that point?
Yeah, because if the kid comes out, it's going to look like Alien.
Don't you want to know?
Although I was talking to someone who knows a father who married his daughter. Like, they didn't marry her, but, like, had 2 kids with her. And she said they were the best-looking kids that she ever saw. And normal, too.
It's a crapshoot. It's
Yeah.
a genetic crapshoot,
Yeah.
but you're shooting in a small pool.
That's right.
all.
Thank you. Thank you. Woman knows genetics. She might not know how to treat interns, but she certainly knows genetics.
Hey, I gave up on that.
Right.
Fred's still doing it.
I am.
Anyway, so you...
So,
anyway, yeah. So your sister's over. What was she doing over? Just visiting?
well, no, she lives in Florida, and I live in a different state. I don't want to give out my state.
Okay, go ahead.
And one of our
Yeah, they might throw you out.
old friends died, so she was staying with me so she can go to the funeral. Mm-hmm. And her husband was back home because he was doing business.
Right.
And we were around the
And
house.
where was your wife?
She was here.
Oh, your
She
wife was here. Okay.
Yeah, but she was at work during the day.
Right.
This happened during the weekday.
Right.
And
You know, when a broad is grieving, it's easy pickings.
well, it just didn't happen that way. It was
All
like
right. So she's hanging around the house, and your wife is out of the house, I assume.
yeah. This is
All right.
so
What time of day is this?
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Now, were you drinking that early?
No one was drinking.
Were you smoking?
No, I don't smoke.
Dilutes?
No,
Acid?
no,
Hashish?
no illegal substances.
White crosses?
I don't know what that is.
You haven't lived.
Prescription drugs?
No prescription.
Bad. All these drugs are bad. Really, seriously. I've done them all, and they're all bad.
What are white crosses?
Speed.
So she was really upset. And,
Now, when you were growing up, did you ever feel her up and stuff, or do stuff to her?
well, like normal kids do, touch.
Really? Normal
Wait a
kids.
minute, you don't touch your
Dude,
sister?
my sister's 4 years old. 4 years older than me. I never touched her.
What in the
But go
heck
ahead.
is going on?
Hey, I don't know. Something happened here. All right, I'm trying to help this guy.
But So
Are you from West Virginia?
no,
All right, go ahead.
I mean, come on.
I'm in a big city.
As
All
a
right.
teenager, did you like kiss your sister, tongue kiss her?
no, but like touch. I don't want to say
You
it.
would stroke her buttocks?
No,
Like you would?
use your fingers.
Oh
Really?
my God!
On your sister?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, you just.
Well,
take
your
your
daddy
finger.
did it to you.
Oh,
What do you mean, how
stop
do you do that?
that.
What do you do? You
Excuse
know,
me,
use
that
your
was-
imagination.
That was sick. I want to know how sick this guy.
He's not sick. He's got a problem. We're going to help him. Now, where were you? Sir, you're in the... So, in other words, even as a young kid, you had sort of manipulations with your sister, have you not?
Yeah, but young.
Very young.
You didn't really know.
And then it never happened again.
No,
Right.
What does he mean, young? 6?
no, like 10.
Right. And she was 14, so she was actually the instigator, wasn't she?
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Because at 10, you're not that into that.
No, not really.
A 14-year-old is more aware.
Huh.
He was seduced. So go ahead. So you're at the house, and your sister's walking around in short shorts. Is she wearing panties under there?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So
Does she wear like
was-
thongs?
she was crying, so I went,
Crying?
to console her
Right.
because this was the day of the funeral,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, it just started kissing.
What's that noise over there?
My daughter's in my room.
Oh, God.
You getting it on with her, or?
No, she just woke up and she wanted me alone.
All right. Tell her we're trying to talk about how you had sex with your sister.
Your auntie.
Your aunt,
Uncle
their aunt.
Howard and Aunt Robin.
Aunt Robin.
Don't call me aunt.
So, Aunt Whore. So anyway, so you're trying to console her and stuff, right? And while you're consoling her, she looks pretty good, right?
Yeah, she,
Yeah.
always looked good.
Yeah.
And I just started kissing.
And nobody hesitated? I mean, did you stop for a second and say, wait a minute, this is my sister?
It's too far into it.
No,
Wait a second, let's get the story first, then you'll ask questions.
You just made it sound like a regular transition.
Well,
Stand there,
they were
console
she was
your sister.
crying. He probably kissed her on the cheek to make her feel better. She moved her head and got onto his lips and then went for it.
Why are you saying she?
It sounds like she's the instigator. She's older. Because when you was 10, you weren't thinking about sex, right?
not
Your
really.
sister was, and you probably didn't even have hair yet, right?
No.
Right. There you go.
I'm talking about now.
Probably doesn't have hair yet even now. All right, so anyway, so you start making out, right? Now,
Right.
do you pull back and go, hey, wait, this is wrong, or you just
Well,
keep going?
no, I kind of, for a split second, just thought about it. But,
Yeah.
But she didn't seem to be thinking.
I was immediately aroused.
Really? Well, there you go.
You could
there
never
it
do
is.
that for your sister, right?
I'm not into my sister that way.
I mean, no matter what.
We've made out a few times,
Oh,
but
stop.
we've never gone any further.
Stop,
No,
stop,
no, no.
stop.
I mean, no, of
You
course
could
I couldn't.
hold your sister from now on and never get around.
Yeah, but my sister doesn't look like a model. I don't know. This
Yeah,
guy
That's
must-
not the
father.
point.
What if my sister looked like Cindy Crawford?
If she was the last woman on earth, you wouldn't.
Last woman on Earth? And you mean that's it? The end of the human race?
That's it.
Sister or Rosie O'Donnell?
Sister.
Take my sister.
Here we go.
All right, so go ahead. You, Rosie O'Donnell, man, isn't even an option. Take my brother.
Yeah, it's Rosie O'Donnell and your brother.
Yeah.
You're sleeping with your brother.
Any girl whose head weighs more than my entire body, I can't sleep with. All right. Anyway, so like you start kissing, and then what happens? You start making out, and like all of a sudden, do her clothes come off?
No,
or
I start, grabbing her.
you started grabbing at her. You don't want to
Yeah.
get too explicit.
No.
Because there are people who can't handle explicit conversation.
I know.
Most of them are very religious, and Fred can't handle it. All right, so, Eric. And then and you're kissing and stuff.
Right.
And then like what happens? Like she takes your clothes off?
Well, I'm grabbing her, so, she knows what that means, and she didn't stop. So then I started taking her clothes off.
Yeah. Hey, wait a second. There's a guy on the phone who wants to date your sister.
We all do.
Ryan, you on the air? Ryan. Hello? He's gone.
What was that all about?
I don't know. You still there? Dude, you there?
Hello?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. What was that?
Some guy called in. He wanted to date your sister. He says if she'll screw her brother, she'll screw anyone.
Anybody.
She's pretty easy.
So you went all the way?
You did
Yeah, all the
everything
way.
together?
Uh-huh, everything.
How many times?
twice.
Like, even after the first time, you didn't say, man, this is wrong.
Well, it was already
nuts.
done.
And then you figured, well, let's go a second time?
Yeah.
And then what did you say?
Nothing.
Were you repulsed?
Afterwards.
And then the second time, usually, you figure, like, you'd be done. And
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
yeah.
it happened pretty soon.
And who died to drive your sister to this
Yeah,
funk?
you must have been
It
an
was
awfully good friend.
just someone we grew up with.
I see.
It was just a friend. But this was, about 6 weeks ago, and she hasn't had that thing yet. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He's
man.
really saying she could be pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, man. How long ago did you have the sex?
6
About
weeks.
6 weeks ago.
Oh, man. Hey, can we put the baby in the circus? We would like... Do you think it'll be
Yeah,
three-headed?
whatever you do, don't abort.
You know, the reason there's no more circus freaks, everybody gets abortions. If it's a three-headed baby, we want to bring it on tour. Put it in a
No
jar.
matter what kind of baby it is.
Yeah, any kind of baby.
So I don't know what to do if she is.
Well, obviously,
Keep your mouth shut,
get an
number
abortion.
one.
Yeah, I know, but
I mean, she would get an abortion, wouldn't she? She's not stupid.
she doesn't. That's the thing. She doesn't.
She doesn't believe in abortion.
Oh, come on.
She doesn't believe. She believes in sleeping with her brother,
Yeah.
not abortion.
I don't buy that, man. You can get convinced her to do that. I don't know what to tell you to
She's
do.
a strict Catholic.
And like when you did it to her, did you do it to her like in the living room or in the bedroom?
Not in the bedroom.
In the bedroom?
Yeah.
In your wife's bed?
And she was running around naked in there? And she must
Well,
look
you
good.
weren't running around.
Does she look better than your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Your wife's kind of a slob, huh?
No. Not
Not
at
that
all.
hot.
Just doesn't compare to my sister.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what to tell you to do. I would have told you not to make love to your sister, but
Well, it's too late now.
yeah.
Come on. If they have that baby,
Has your father ever scored with your wife?
Not that I know of.
you got any brothers?
2 of them.
Now, do you think your sister's made it with those guys?
No,
No.
they're
She's
younger
working
than
her
me.
way through the family.
Yeah. Family reunion must be like Vegas, an orgy.
Well, me and my sister have different fathers.
Right. Where's your sister now? I want to talk to her. Can you
In
come in
Florida.
with her? Oh, she's in Florida.
Yeah.
Would you guys come in? I mean, I won't put you on E or anything, so you won't be seen.
I can come in, but I don't think she would.
Yeah.
Put bags over their head.
You got to bring her though, man.
Yeah.
Can we at least call? Can you come in and then we could call her?
Caller? That's possible,
All
yeah.
right, that'd be cool.
Have you talked to her since then?
Of course. I mean, but
And-
nothing was discussed about that.
Right. Except the
know?
fact that she hasn't gotten her period.
It was just, it was just like,
Did you tell your wife?
no,
Want me to tell her?
no.
Come on, man. Let me put her on the phone. I want to see her reaction.
Guess what your husband did?
Guess what your man did?
We've got a kinky secret.
He cheated, but it's not like he really cheated outside the family.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your relative, how can that be considered cheating?
Right. I hear you.
She already knows you love your sister.
Right,
Well, you just said that you have different fathers
right,
than your sister.
right.
So it's a half
we
sister.
thought, yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh.
still same mother.
Yeah.
Now, did you grow up in the same house?
Oh, yeah. She was born before I
And your sister was so horny that she used to come up to you when you were 14, and when she was 14 years old, and like come into your bed and like have you do stuff to her.
You know how girls, they want to practice kissing and stuff like that.
No, I don't.
No, you practice with somebody else, not a
Yeah.
member of the family.
You practice with another girl.
Well,
That's wrong.
Hey, dude, you got to come in here, all right?
Okay.
And get your sister on the phone.
What, are you so good looking your sister can't keep her hands off you?
I guess so.
You must be really hot.
I'm
All right,
normal.
hold on. Gary will line you up, all
All
right?
right.
Man.
All right, hold on. Guy's pretty disturbed, but I can't help him over the phone. I got to see him. I got to see what I'm dealing with. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back right after these words. Want to talk to a guy who slept with his daughter?
Oh, stop it.
Bill,
Yes,
you there?
I'm here.
What happened? When did you sleep with your daughter?
It happened about 5 years ago.
Hey, it's Incest Wednesday.
How old was she?
She was about 20.
Oh, God.
So you never, had you done stuff to her when she was young?
No, I didn't. She wasn't around me when she grew up. I hadn't seen her since she was very small.
What do you mean, like your wife divorced you and,
Yeah,
and ran
yeah.
off with your kid?
Yeah, well, it didn't run off. I moved away, and then there were circumstances that kind of brought us back together after about 18 or so years.
So it's your real daughter, right?
Absolutely.
Wow. And what happened? Like you hadn't seen her for 18 years and she walked in the house and you were attracted to her?
No, There were just circumstances that, I don't want to get into all that, but there were
Right.
circumstances that brought us back together. I made contact with her. She came to visit me.
And was she hot looking or was she a big slob?
No, very nice looking.
Really?
Very nice looking. We had a 2-year affair, as it turned out.
Really?
Yeah.
Now let me. You know, now, before,
Oh,
now, before you start casting,
Wait a minute. No. Because remember, we had a guy this happened to. A
Yeah.
guy who fell in love with his mother
right?
after they were reunited.
Yeah, I swear to God, it was a real deal too. You're not lying, right?
No.
This guy was sleeping with his moms, and they were getting on a long time, and now he's all screwed up from it.
I know.
So okay, so are you a pretty good-looking guy?
Decent.
Do you get
How
lots of?
old are you?
In my 40s.
So your daughter shows up, and like, what does she look like? Is she hot?
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Like how tall is she?
She's like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah. How much do you figure she weighs?
Oh, she's very slender. She's like 105.
And what cup size?
Well, you do know.
Well, I'm just trying
he
to
does
get.
know. I'm just
What is
saying.
it?
He does know.
She's very small. There's nothing.
A or a
there,
B?
but I have no idea. I just know it's very small. I mean,
It's your daughter. You should know her cup size.
Yeah, you're going to have to buy her bras when she goes to
you
school.
know what? I just wanted to quickly tell you the story. I didn't want to get into any more than that. So
Well, I just want to get into the details a little bit.
Well,
how does it come about that you make love to your daughter? Like when she showed up at the door, was she like wearing like a hot
you know
pants?
what? I just wanted to quickly tell you the story since the guy called in about the other one. Okay.
All right, so tell me the story.
Well, wait a minute. Just let me ask
you didn't tell me
this.
anything. You just said you made love to your daughter.
Well, you know, I don't want to get into it any more than
Wait,
that.
let me ask you a couple questions. Any question you're not comfortable with, don't answer.
Well, let
right?
me ask this. Did she come to you looking for, fatherly comfort?
No.
Okay.
No way. So like she shows up, she just wanted to like, for whatever reason,
You know
she
what?
shows up.
I am uncomfortable with it. You know, I
Hey,
wanted
dude,
to tell you that.
Dude, I'm not asking you anything heavy. I'm just asking you circumstances. Not too many guys have made love to their daughter. We want to just know about it.
Well, I just wanted to quickly tell you the story.
I'm not doing a Geraldo on you and giving you a whole moral lecture. I mean,
No, I
it's too
know.
late for that.
I know.
I'm just trying to get the story. That's all. Let me take it with me a second here, please.
Nah, I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Oh, wow. All of a sudden, it occurred to him that this
That it was wrong. I was waiting for it to dawn on him. Guy screws his daughter and
Jeez.
it won't give us any details. The story interrupted
It was like a one-upsmanship for a moment. He only slept with his sister. I slept with my daughter.
Yeah, excuse me. I just want to go on record here. This guy slept with his sister. As a Howard Stern fan, I want to tell you, I slept with my daughter. Well, why are you calling in with that if you don't want to tell us the story? Because I want to.
I just wanted to tell you that quickly.
I had to get that off my chest.
How do you tell that quickly?
Yeah. I mean, give me some details. Like all of a sudden, what are you making out with your daughter after 2 dates, or do you?
Yeah, and then it goes into a 2-year affair. I want to hear stuff.
See, that guy's banned from listening to the show. That's not fair. You don't call up with that and then say I can't talk
You
about
left
it.
Sounded
us
like-
with a ton of
It
questions.
sounded like he heard the other guy called in, and in the middle of the phone call, he realized, what if somebody recognizes my
Yeah,
voice?
or something. I don't know.
Something went
It's
wrong.
weird. All right. Anyway, welcome Memphis, WMFS 92.9, and we'll take a break and we'll be back right after these words. There's tons of people calling. This is
Everybody slept with everybody.
yeah, like this is a guy who had sex with his brother.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
stop it.
And it's just like I want to move on.
Come on, a guy who slept with his brother?
Joe, you on the air? Hello? Something's wrong with the phone. Hold on. Hello, Joe?
Yeah.
Did you really have sex with your brother?
Yeah, I did.
Say, I swear to God.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Really?
It was a couple years ago.
Are you gay?
No, I'm straight.
Of course not.
I have a girlfriend.
It doesn't
you know.
count.
He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
That's not gay.
Oh,
No, not
man.
at all.
It's incestuous, but it's not gay.
Well, it kind of like happened. I was young. I was 15. He was 17. It was kind of like one of them things. He wanted me to.
He wanted you to do something to him.
Yeah.
With your mouth?
Well, that.
Oh, you
man.
guys went further?
Homo.
Yeah. Yeah. We started with that. And then it went on to more.
It felt that good.
It lasted
And-
a while. I was the giver.
Oh, that's not that bad.
You think his brother's gay?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to take that.
Your brother's
No
probably
way.
gay.
He
Your
wasn't doing that to me.
your brother's probably gay.
Well, he's like engaged to be married in like 3 months, And it's kind of weird because now,
This
like,
is ridiculous. You guys are
Bachelor
homos.
Party.
Yeah, I mean, at the bachelor party. You guys are such homos.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad. But I mean, like, it's kind of weird because now every time I see him,
You're the fag general of the United States of America. Are you kidding me? You guys are gay, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I got nothing against gay people.
oh, I know,
you
no,
just
I
ought to
know,
own
you're
up
totally
to
liberal.
it.
I don't either, but like,
Dude,
you know,
there's no way you have anal sex, oral sex with a man, and you're not gay.
yeah, I know.
And
You gotta
enjoy
be.
it.
And you forget that it's your brother.
Yeah,
That's even more perverted.
I kind of enjoyed it too.
That is the most gay.
it was kind of weird, but I kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't all that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
You're
pretty good.
gay.
Well, yeah.
You think it'd be with another guy?
Every once in a while, but I got a girlfriend, and it's kind of weird.
You
know?
might want to break the news to her that.
What's his name?
What do you say at night, honey? Could you lower your voice?
No, a lot of guys can't face it, so they get the girlfriend and stuff, and they even get married. But like,
Well, that's what the brother's doing. I know in a couple of years, after
Yeah.
they've had kids and everything, he's going to say, I can't lie anymore.
Yeah,
yeah, and then he'll be
true.
dressing like a woman, and his kids will be all embarrassed.
No, wait, we're not dressing like women.
Yeah. Well, that's out of the question.
that's
Oh,
queer.
Yeah.
That'd be out of the question. You
Yeah.
know?
There's no way you do that.
Yeah, it was.
So how many times did you have sex with your brother?
It went on for a while. It went on
See?
for about 6 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You know.
What,
but,
did you two share a room?
Yeah. Well, we lived in a small house.
You know, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear anymore.
You sure?
Yeah, this is not turning me on.
Well, I mean, it's kind of messed up.
One thing, the guy got sex with his sister, but this is
Come on, I wanna hear
nuts.
about this.
Where were your parents during all this?
They were like in the next room, right next door. You know.
Dog.
Yeah, with the dog.
I had to stick a toe over his face a couple of times.
Oh man.
Yeah, it wasn't all that good.
And you, okay. Listen, I gotta go. I
it's
don't.
too much,
yeah,
isn't it?
it's too much.
Oh,
I know, I
that's too
understand.
sick.
And yeah, it's too weird. Goodbye.
All right.
Oh man.
Now that's the limit.
Yeah, it sure is. You sick bastard.
Oh, no, I got a girlfriend.
Okay.
Okay. You're on the air.
Hi, Howard.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
Did you really have sex with your niece?
Yeah, I did.
And
No
you're
kidding.
proud of it.
Yeah, it's about 3 years ago.
Are you good looking?
Yeah.
When you say you're good looking, be honest with me. I mean, have you looked in the mirror?
Well, let me tell you some of the adjectives that have been used to describe me.
Go ahead.
Voluptuous,
No.
voluptuous, sensuous,
That means you're.
sexy.
Voluptuous usually means you're fat.
No, it means you got nice big breasts.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
And how much you weigh? Be honest.
125.
Really?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'6".
You see, that's pretty good. You know, my wife is 5.
I don't know that she wants you announcing her
I'm not going to announce.
height
I'm not going to
and
announce.
weight.
I'm not going to announce her weight, but she's 5'6", and she went to like a nutritionist, and she's lost a lot of weight. But the nutritionist told her she should stop now, that she's at the right weight. And I went, you know what? You fire that nutritionist. I said, you are not at the right weight. You could lose another couple.
Oh, you.
Listen,
Yeah.
I need perfection.
Well, then get it for yourself.
I can't. I can do it for my wife, but not for me. I've achieved perfection professionally. She has to achieve perfection physically.
Oh, right, sure.
All right.
He's achieved perfection of professionally as well.
Anyway, so go ahead. So,
Perfect wife.
and who do you look like that's famous?
I've never been
Jacqueline-
compared to anybody famous.
Jacqueline Smith?
No. No. Well, I'll tell you, I'll describe myself. I'm about 5'6". I'm tall. I'm tan. And got long
Young and
brown
lovely.
hair.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think I'm pretty. Yeah.
And do you have big cups?
Yes.
What size cups?
D.
B?
D.
Oh, D.
D.
D cups, and you weigh 125. Mm-hmm. And you carried around on the beach in thongs and stuff?
No, not in thongs. But bikinis, yes.
Really, bikinis?
Uh-huh.
And there's no belly fat?
No.
You married?
No.
How come?
Divorced.
So you must be a royal pain in the ass.
No, actually, I started having an affair with a younger man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're that hot. And what do you like to dress in? Do you ever wear panties, or you go sans panties?
I like sans panties, but I like to dress up in little outfits and things.
Really?
Yeah.
High heels?
Oh, yeah.
Do you expose your feet?
My toes.
I think I got a foot fetish.
You have had for a long
Yeah.
time.
I dig high heel shoes and stuff.
He's looking at naked women the other day, and he goes, "Oh, these shoes." I said, "Just get away from me."
Let me smell your feet, Robin. So, yeah, and your niece is hot?
Yeah, really hot.
And who is this? Your
My brother's daughter.
your brother's daughter. And how did you hook up with her? How tall is she?
Well, she's my height, 5'6",
Yeah.
and
She got D's?
C's actually.
C's.
Yeah. And we just always hung out together. And like about 3 years ago, we hung out like
People mistake you
nightly.
for sisters and stuff?
Absolutely.
Right. How
old is
Absolutely.
she?
All the time. She's 10 years younger than me.
So she was like 20-something.
She was 26 and I was 36
Right.
when it happened.
And when you had this sex with her, did your brother videotape it?
No, he knows nothing about it.
All right. So anyway, so she used to come over and hang out with you and
Yeah.
stuff. And did you ever have lesbianism before?
No. Mm-mm.
And did she?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Right.
Had
And
you thought about it before?
Had I thought about it? Oh, yeah. It was the object of many of my fantasies.
You probably do to me. And so so you were like hanging out with her, and you used to say, "She's really good looking."
Yeah. As a matter
And
of
would she
fact,
hang around-
I turned her on to your show, and I turned her on to you.
And would she hang around? Would she hang around with you in like sexy little outfits and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You
we
two
always
went
did that.
clubbing together and all that?
Well, as a matter of fact, one time we went clubbing. We both dressed up in bridesmaids' outfits that we had worn in different weddings.
So you're
And we
two
were-
mental patients
Yeah,
as well.
we had a wild time. It was great.
And
It was
you
great.
and you saw her naked many times when she would come over and change and stuff.
Sure, and get in the pool.
And she
yeah.
was real tight.
Yeah.
And you would like go,
Oh, yeah.
I wish I could make it with my niece. But then would you say in the back of your mind, by God, it's my brother's.
Yeah, I was like real taboo, and I thought, oh, perish the thought for a minute. But
No, I mean, yeah, okay. So, well, how does it come about that you make love to your niece?
Well, we were out one night partying.
I'm getting aroused. Anybody
Okay.
else? All right, go ahead.
Well, we came to my house.
And what were
which
you wearing that
always
night?
Our won't.
What were you wearing that night?
Well, I was wearing like a black leather mini skirt, as I recall, and kind of like a ribbed blouse that was cut off at the belly.
You are such a pig.
Thank
It's so
you.
great. You're
Thank
such
you,
white
Howard.
trash. You're such white trash.
That
I love
is
it.
such a compliment.
Little
coming
leather
from you.
mini skirt. I love
That's a
that.
compliment coming from you.
I mean it as a compliment.
No, you do.
You're a little slut pig. This is beautiful. You're a slutty little skank.
Yeah,
Boy,
if you
your
only
sweet
knew.
nothings or something else.
Hey, all I know is when I called her a slutty skank, I just got totally aroused.
And so did I.
Right. So, what are you wearing now? You
You
naked?
two were
Yeah,
made.
as a matter of fact, I have a nightshirt on with absolutely nothing underneath.
Really?
Yeah.
So your D's are free. Mm-hmm. Free to be you and
Free
me.
as a breeze.
Right. Just so you you're hanging out with your niece, and you're wearing a black leather miniskirt.
Right.
No panties.
No, I was not wearing panties.
So how'd you
as a
keep the
matter
flies off you?
of fact. Thank you.
All right. So
Not
then,
that
and what about,
bad.
what about how'd you keep the dandruff off your shoes? So then you.
Howard, I'm going to hang up. This is a
Oh,
real
come on,
sexy
baby.
story.
All right, don't worry. I'm getting
This
aroused.
is a really sexy story.
You can inject some humor into it.
And it's Incest Wednesday. I thought you'd like it.
Yeah. So.
We didn't know it when we woke up.
By the way, for all our new fans in Memphis, they must love incest because Elvis was the king of incest, wasn't he?
I
I don't know that he slept with his mother.
He didn't?
No, he loved her.
Didn't he used to stroke the fat on the back of his mom's neck?
That you call sex?
Yeah. That's wrong. Any lump on your mama, you shouldn't be rubbing. All right, so go ahead. So you're in your leather miniskirt,
Yeah.
and you're wearing like a little rib top
Yes.
with no bra.
No bra.
And what, were you going out to a club that night or something?
Well, we had gone to various clubs in
Okay.
Baltimore, yeah.
And what was your niece wearing?
She was in like a tight pair of slacks, like a
Chinos?
There's kind of like a bright colored that you wear when you exercise, that kind
Yeah,
of
like
thing.
like a lycra.
Yeah,
Spandex.
Spandex.
Yeah, spandex, and she just looked really, really good in them.
Sounds sexier. All right, go ahead. You are.
Apparently, the two of you do belong to each other.
I want to marry you.
Oh, Howard!
If you're half as hot as you say you are.
Yes.
You sweet little pig.
Did you take this slut
Shut
pig
mouth.
for your lovely wedded wife?
Marry us now, Robin. You're a minister.
Do you take this
I would love to have you
poor
around the
slut
house.
pig?
Is your niece a little slob too?
Oh yeah.
Good. All right. So anyway, you.
And do you vow to be a slub for the rest of your
Yow!
life?
Yeah, don't change when I marry you. All right. So you say that your niece comes over and she's wearing like tight little stretch pants,
Right.
and with like high heels, no socks.
No, she didn't have high heels on. She had like kind of like these old-fashioned wedgie shoes.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
Those are the kind I like. And then like, what kind of top was she wearing?
She had like a very loose-fitting, almost like it looked like pajamas, but it was like a silky kind of thing that matched the lycra pants.
No bra?
No.
And no panties, obviously.
No, apparently not.
So, so the two of you were at the house, and you'd been out clubbing. You'd been drinking a little?
She had been, yeah.
Right.
I haven't drank for a long time.
And were you thinking the whole night, I'd like to get my hands on her?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I mean, she really looked good, and I kept, like, having these back and forth thoughts of, oh, should I, shouldn't I come on to her? You know, it was kind of weird, and I was having this little fantasy.
And
I was
Has
just
she
gonna
ever talked to you about wanting to be with a woman?
No,
All
never.
right, so go ahead. So you're thinking, and then, like, what happens? You're sitting on the couch, and she's
Well,
looking
we're
really good.
sitting on the floor, and as a matter of fact, a guy that she knew that had been hot for her was with us.
Yeah.
And he had come in, and he wanted to play Truth or Dare.
Hmm.
So I thought, well, this is a great opportunity.
Go ahead.
So
whatever that stupid game is.
Well, he dared us to French kiss, a big sloppy wet French kiss is how he put it.
Interesting.
And
I'd leave it to a guy to get things
oh,
going.
absolutely.
Let's
So
play
I
me.
thought, well, great. Then this is
Me,
the
Jackie,
ball in
and
your
Fred.
court.
I dare Jackie and Fred to French kiss. Go ahead.
Robin in the mix.
It's always funny, like you're playing this game and suddenly, I dare you to French kiss, and you got to do it. Yeah, go ahead. So
I just leaned over the coffee table, and she leaned toward me, and
did you start giggling and stuff?
no, not at all.
Right.
We just looked at each other deep in the eyes, and we made it like a little act, a little play for him.
Mm-hmm.
And we just really planted a deep one on each other's lips.
And were you getting really sexually
And
excited?
I was really, really digging it. I really found myself getting kind of
Excited.
Excited, yeah.
Right. Okay. So then, after you kiss, what happens?
My wheels were turning as to how to get rid of him.
Right. Yeah. Who needs a smelly guy there?
I knew he would ruin it.
Now, did your niece say anything afterwards, or you just kind of looked at each
she
other?
just kind of smiled, and she's got a very pretty face and that
Right.
pretty smile, and it was just really neat.
Yeah. So how you get rid of the guy?
Well, we just started she started going into the kitchen and fussing around, and I was acting like, well, I got to go to bed, I got to get up early tomorrow, and you're just going to crash here and that kind of thing.
Right.
And he got the hint, and he split, and we both kissed him goodbye.
Go ahead.
And
When you say kiss him goodbye, you like made out with him a little?
yeah, I gave him a big French kiss, and then she did.
Right.
And
Are you actually French? I mean, the way you kiss is.
No, but I've been there, and I hate those people.
And your niece, she has like the nicest face you ever came across? No, I mean, did she have the nicest face that you've ever seen?
I don't know. She never told me.
All right, okay. Go ahead. So, all right.
He
So then,
left. We got him out of here, and we just kind of like, I went upstairs first, and I acted like I was
Right.
going to the bathroom or whatever, but I was in
Okay.
the bedroom fussing around.
nothing
And
wrong with that.
so she says, she calls up the steps, what are you doing up there? And I said, well, come on up. And she stands in the doorway of the bedroom, and I'm like fussing around with the pillows and
And
making
she's all dressed, still in her clothes.
she's still in her clothes.
And what are you wearing at this
And
point?
I am still in my little leather skirt, but I pulled the zipper down because leather gets, very
Hot and sticky.
frictiony, yeah.
Right, and probably, yeah, okay, go ahead.
So I had undid that, and I was ready to like drop it as I was making the bed, and I said, do you need some pajamas? And she said, no, I don't need anything, and she took her blouse off.
Ooh.
And I just stood there kind of dumbfounded and bewildered because here I had wanted this to happen, and it was happening, and all of a sudden I didn't know what to do.
See, there is a God. I guess, things come true.
Some
Yes, there
dreams
is.
do come true.
Some people dream of money, some people dream of success. You dreamt of her blouse coming off, and there it happened.
There it
So, did you
happened.
say thank you, God?
No, I wasn't quite feeling spiritual then.
All right, so her blouse came off, and then what did you do? You walked over and started kissing her?
We just came toward each other in the bedroom and met at the foot of the bed. And in the foot of the bed, there's a giant mirror, like on my dresser. And we started, like, undressing each other.
Whoa.
And she's watching me in the mirror, and I'm watching her.
Whoa.
And, man, we are both getting completely turned on.
You and your niece.
It's the hottest I've ever been, Howard, and I've been with a couple guys.
So you're definitely lesbo.
And this is, it blew me away.
And how long did the session last?
At least 2 hours.
And you did it all, huh?
Oh, we did everything.
And have you
And
done
she
this?
did things to you, too?
Oh, yeah. I was very surprised and very turned on.
And did you What was that, a cat sound effect? Yeah. Oh, very nice. Did it happen again?
Coming from the phone.
Yeah, I thought it was a real cat. Did it happen again?
Never.
Never.
And we
Now, I don't understand
We
that.
never even talked about it. I don't either, Howard, but I'm too embarrassed to bring it up.
Right. You don't want to bring it up to her. She doesn't want to bring it up to you, but you
'Cause I
see
don't want
each
to
other,
make her
right?
feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I mean, we're a family. We're really tight.
I mean, do you still hang out together?
What's that?
Do you still hang out together?
Not lately.
Is she
no, not
married?
for the last year because I'm like my life is going in a different direction than hers. She uses and drinks, and I don't.
Is she married?
No.
And so maybe you weren't that good at it, so she
No,
didn't
I
dig
think
it.
I was real good at it. In fact, I'm real proud of my performance.
Maybe we should call her and find out. Let me take a
Try to
commercial.
reunite
No.
you two.
I tell you what, let's take a commercial break.
No,
you
I
get her
don't-
on the phone.
No, I can't.
I'll get Gary.
Howard, can I be truthful with you?
Yeah.
I can't. She's in jail.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what happens when you make love to your aunt. Oh, wow.
No, it's not. I think she's a little corrupted.
But you guys have never talked about it or anything.
No, and we were, we hung out for another year or two after that.
And what's she in jail for?
Nothing, drugs.
Oh,
But this is the perfect time to go talk to her.
yeah. She has nothing better to do.
No.
And she can't get away.
Right.
Yeah, but I can't get a hold of her. I mean, she's not like.
And you think about her all the time. You're horny for her, aren't you?
I think about her a lot.
Man.
Have you ever been with another woman since then?
Since then, no.
See, she's
Just
gone.
just in fantasy.
Wow, just guys, huh?
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I haven't had sex with a guy for almost 2 years now.
Come down here, I'll do you.
Up there.
Whatever.
I might.
I don't know where you are.
You won't, Howard. You're faithful to your wife.
You don't know that.
I
That's just the
admire-
thing I do
no,
on the
well,
air.
I've heard
I'm like
about
Kathy
you.
Lee. She probably
I know
goes home
I
and.
know somebody who knows you, and
Oh, really?
but I won't say anything.
Yeah, who do you know that knows me?
No.
Who do you know that knows me?
No.
How would they know if I'm faithful?
No, I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're just dreaming.
Who do you know that I know? Tell me.
Well, it's another radio personality.
Who?
I'm not saying.
Come on, tell us.
No. Let's just say he walks softly and carries a big gun.
He does? Walks softly and carries a big gun.
Is that supposed to be a clue?
A radio guy who carries a gun? I don't know who that is. How would I know who that is?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know any radio guys.
Another clue.
It's probably some guy who goes around saying he knows me.
Yeah, and we don't know him at all.
Give me another clue.
Probably. Geez. I don't know.
So lame.
What can I say? I called you to talk about lesbianism with my niece.
If I do cheat, it's not going to be with a 39-year-old.
Oh, yeah, but you don't know how hot I am.
Send me a picture. Why don't you come down here? Let me take a look at you.
Oh, yeah, I might do that. I want to go to New York anyway.
Gordon Liddy?
No.
Is that who?
No.
I don't think he can carry a gun. I don't think I think he's in jail or
Is allowed.
something. All right. So you going to come down here and let me look you over?
Yeah, I'm going to come to New York, sure.
All right. Hold on. I'll have Gary arrange it.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Hot little pig, I bet. Huh, Robin?
Well, you got one part right.
Yeah.
Wow. All kind of action going on out there, and the whole world's passing me by.
Weird action. Family action.
Yeah, I don't. By the way, I don't condone making love to your niece. Lesbianism's okay, but boy, it's a weird day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wonder what the people of Memphis think of me.
You know what I've been noticing about each one of these conversations?
They're getting progressively more bizarre.
No, but not only that, people have a weird idea of what they should and shouldn't say.
I know. They don't want to tell you which radio personality they know.
But they'll tell you they slept with their niece. Guy will tell you he slept with his daughter, but then he doesn't want to talk about the details.
Right.
It's a very weird group.
Yeah, we've got a strange group of listeners. Adding more every day. I got to take a break here. I'll be back right after these words. Our new affiliate, WMFS 92.9.
Nice to be welcomed by Memphis.
And boy, they tuned in on a good day. It's Incest Wednesday, isn't it? You know, there's a guy just called me. I don't know whether to put these calls through anymore. And
What
it
is
sounded very
going on
legitimate.
now?
This guy received oral sex from his father. Oh. And he wanted to get on the air. And then I got a guy.
Jeez, whiz.
Here's a guy. Him and his friend both did his stepmom together.
Yeah.
This is the Family Values Station.
Yeah, I don't know. Believe me, I've never done a show like this before. I cannot believe what I'm hearing.
I got to hear about the guy with the father.
Yeah, well, he's calling back. He can't come on right now. He's got to wait till his father
He's
leaves the
lining
house.
up his dad.
Yeah.
Grandfather's over.
But his father gave him all sex. If you could believe this.
And what about the two guys who did the stepmom?
You want to hear that?
Yeah, does dad know?
I don't know. Hey. Does your dad know you did your stepmom?
No idea.
And how old were you?
21,
How old are you now?
28.
Is your stepmom hot?
Yeah, not too bad.
Really?
Was she younger than your dad?
Yeah, she's a lot. My dad.
See you guys on a car phone.
Ah.
Hey, let me call you back. Don't do it back. Let me call you back.
All right. That's the way he talks. Don't make fun of it. It's a speech impediment. He has Tourette's. Jackie Penthouse Mautland, 78 minutes of filthy jokes on CD or cassette. The hysterical Sergeant Pecker, only $12 plus $4 shipping and handling. Summer special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. For dirty jokes and more Sergeant Pecker info, visit Jokeland's brand new website at JackieJokeman.com or call 516-922-WINE.
Is there anyone in your family you would consider making love to?
Nobody in my family's that good looking.
Oh, here we go.
I told you my cousin Liz I'd make love to. She's pretty hot.
I've never met Cousin Liz.
Yeah, I saw her the other night, as a matter of fact. She was getting all embarrassed because I said I'd make love to her. But she looked real good.
Now, is that a cousin or is that a cousin?
It's my first cousin.
She's
My mother's sister's daughter. She's real hot. She looks real good.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd do her. Sure, why not? I don't think of her as a relative.
How old is she? Is she your age?
She's older. She's my sister's age. She's 4 years older than me. But I would do her in a flash. She's a hot little mama.
I meant the immediate family.
That's about as immediate as you get.
No, it's not immediate.
first
It's
cousin?
wife, daughter. Well,
Oh.
you do make love to your wife, I suppose.
No, your wife, daughter. No, I wouldn't make love to my daughters. No, I don't have any desire to. By the way, I can honestly tell you that.
Sisters.
And I firmly believe that anyone who does should be shot in the head.
Mothers, stepmothers.
My mother-in-law. Maybe I go to third base with her. You know what I mean?
Sister-in-laws.
No. No, I don't know. Let me think of who's in the family here.
Any of your brother-in-laws.
I'd probably make it with my brother-in-law, Bruce. He's pretty hot.
Pete is cute.
Pete, I'd probably do Bruce and Pete in a menage a trois thing. If we were having, fun and we were drunk. No, I don't know.
I can see Pete, not Bruce.
Yeah, well, Bruce is a little chunky back there. He's like Deliverance, though. I bet he's got an ass like a girl.
Squeal louder.
Shave off that mustache.
Oh.
Nah, I don't know. I don't really think so, Robin. That form of sickness has never really.
That's not one of yours.
No. I have two beautiful nieces, but I held them in my arms when they were babies and stuff, and I don't think of them that way. You know what I mean?
They are pretty.
Yeah, they're nice
Jackie's
kids.
thinking of them that way.
Jackie does. Jackie thinks about it. Jackie thinks of a sheep that way.
Oh, Uncle Jackie!
Uncle Jackie's here.
Going to college, eh?
There's a woman on the phone who says she's a biologist and says the way you determine baldness is I don't have it correct. Just give her a second to set me straight. And then I'll, oh wait, I got the wrong line here. Here you go. Are you the biologist?
I am the biologist.
Yeah, so how do you determine baldness?
Okay, what happens is you inherit one gene from each parent. You know how genes occur in pairs?
Sorta.
Yeah, well, you get one from each parent, and so...
Your name isn't Mrs. Robbins, is it?
No.
That was my biology teacher. You sound just like her.
Really?
No, I'm your age. Oh, Howard. Anyway.
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm a woman with a very low voice.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so you got a baldness gene from your mom, you got one from your dad, and...
Yeah, and my mom doesn't probably have any baldness gene.
No, she's got a hair gene, and you got a bald gene from your dad.
Yeah.
Okay, but Howard, here's what happens.
And so my kid, if I had a son, would probably be bald.
Doesn't matter if it's your son or your daughter, except that it's called a sex influence trait, which means...
I don't think I care.
Yeah, you do, because that's why you see so...
I don't care. I don't even care about biology. It was stupid when I took it. It never did me any good. And and I used to cheat my ass off at Southside High School. I'm proud to admit it.
That's why you know so much about your body now.
There were 3 guys who were really generous to me when I was in high school. I'm not going to give their names because they're very professional, nice people, but they would come in and tell me what Mrs. Robbins' test was going to be. They took it the previous period. And
They
that's
would give you the questions?
Yeah. Of course, I was so stupid and so drugged out that I had no idea what was going on. And I barely passed even knowing the answers. There. I cheated in high school. I'm proud to admit it. It was the only way I was going to get through. Only way. I copied off of everyone. Mr. Janoff's algebra class was a great guy who sat next to me. Everyone said he was an anti-Semite. I never found that to be true. The guy let me copy off him like crazy.
People didn't talk to you, but they let you copy off their papers.
Well, I had friends who were losers, but they were smart people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
These were your friends.
I had the geek squad, you know.
Because I just remember you saying you never had any friends.
Some friends were weird. They would let me like copy for a while, and then all of a sudden they would like then cover
Close
up. So
down
I'd be
on you?
50% of the way there, and then they'd close down on me. And I'd be like, please. I had no idea what was going on in high school. I needed extra help. Well, Howie's no brain surgeon. I'll tell you that.
1 minute you're telling us you are, the next minute you're telling us you're not.
No, what happens is when a guy gets successful, right away people start thinking he's smart. Even
you
he starts thinking he's smart. Yeah, I started
You've
thinking.
been saying it about yourself.
I mean, look at Mike Tyson. He gives an interview. He says, I was thinking I could have been a doctor.
No, he didn't even say, I think that. He said, I could have been successful at anything, even brain surgery.
Yeah, that's what he really, and he said it seriously. He said it on Arsenio show. Guy's totally delusional. And I got to admit, I get a little of that. And I started thinking, hey, I'm pretty successful. I'd be good at anything. But I know the truth. I'm a moron. And the only thing I'm good at is being stupid and saying vagina.
Deep down.
Deep down, I know the truth. And, you know, somehow I made a living at it, so people think I'm smart. Like my niece was over the house yesterday, and she was asking me about finance and stuff, and I go, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. You should ask Grandpa, because Grandpa made no money,
But he knows.
but he knows about finance. I made money, but you think I know what to do with it? I'm an idiot. But don't tell anybody. All right, on our phone now is a guy who claims he slept with his aunt and uncle. And 2 weeks later, his uncle killed himself.
Oh, no.
Cool.
Cool.
Jeez.
And then in a couple of minutes, we're going to have a great moment on the show. What if Frank Gifford called in on the show?
How are we going to have that?
Stay tuned.
All right.
It's one of those, what would happen if Frank Gifford called in on the show? To yell at me.
Oh, why would he yell?
Hey, Richie, you there?
Hello?
You slept with your aunt and uncle?
Well, yeah, I slept with them about a few years back when I went to
And 2
college.
weeks later, your uncle killed himself?
It was about a month later.
All right. Do me a favor. Hold on, okay? Because I got to do commercials.
Sure.
All right. Then we'll talk to you on the,
Okay.
on this very interesting subject.
Okay.
Want to hear more, Robin?
Of course.
What's going on today?
I don't know, but you see, we always thought there were straight lines in a family. Now we understand they're all crisscrossed.
See? We're learning. Thank you, sir. Hold on.
It's a mess out there.
All right, Richie. I'll get you through your pain, all right?
Okay.
Are you all upset?
Obviously. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, it's True Confession Wednesday.
You know what started it? Your father.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
I don't know how this started today.
He's patient zero. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
Why don't you go to the guy with oral sex first? Because he's on a car phone and we're running up his bill.
Oh, okay. All right. No, you don't want to do that. This is the guy who had oral sex with his dad? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man.
Dude.
Yo,
All right. So what happened, man? How do you get oral sex from your father?
turn on my radio. About 4 years ago,
You're a grown man.
How old were you 4 years ago?
28.
All right.
First, let's clarify, it was my stepfather.
Oh, that's all right then. I didn't understand that.
Okay.
Was he still married to your mother?
Yes.
All right. You're probably in the car because you're still running from your stepfather. All right, so go ahead.
28.
Are you gay?
No.
All right. All right, go ahead. You think you're not anyway. Go ahead.
Well, stepdad definitely is.
I was out with a whole bunch of my friends, about 4 or 5 guys, and we decided to invite my stepfather out. So we all went out to a bar, and we were trying to, get laid or whatever the case may be. And came back, trashed.
Just you and your stepdad.
Everybody went home, right? But
Right.
we were in the same house.
What was your stepdad wearing? Was he hot?
He had a B cup, Harry.
Yeah. So was he a good-looking guy?
I really don't know. He was actually hit on by a few girls, and we couldn't figure out why he didn't take. Well, I guess because I was around, but
Right.
so we all went home. I was completely blotto. I woke up and I found him giving me a hump.
Well, hold on. Wait a second. So you're completely blasted.
Completely blasted.
So you passed out. And then when you woke up, you found
Well,
that...
no. I didn't wake up in the morning. I woke up in the middle of the night.
All right, you wake up in the middle of the night, and your stepdad has your pants off.
Well, I had him off. I was asleep. I took him off
But he
myself.
had finished the act, and you somehow supposed that he did this.
No. I was asleep.
Right.
I didn't fall asleep in my pants.
Right. So he undressed you.
No. I undressed myself and fell asleep. And
Right.
then I woke up like 3 hours later.
And then your stepdad was in the room.
My stepdad was in my lap.
He was in your lap working on you.
Exactly.
Okay. And
That's what woke you up.
that's what woke you up.
I assume so.
Yeah. That would wake me up. I only wish my wife would get into that. Can you send your stepdad over to my house? So then, so it must have been pretty good because you were getting into it. What would I do? It's irrelevant. So what did
What
you
would you do, Robin?
Well, if the guy's in the middle of it, I'm not going to interrupt.
Oh, you're so polite.
I'm not going to be rude.
She would write a book.
Right. Which is what she did. So wait a second. What are you saying, man? So then, did you throw him out of the room?
Yeah.
Did you
What
tell
did
your
he
mom?
say? Did he start making excuses?
He was like, hey, I didn't realize it was you. I thought it was the cat. So what are you saying to me? So what happens next after you see him doing that? You puke, and then what does he do?
He just kind of
Stopped.
Yeah, obviously.
And he
kinda
ran out of the room?
Get
Was
it
he-
off his back, and then
Was he naked?
Hurley, walked out of the room. No, he was not.
Did you tell your mom?
Yes, I did.
And did she divorce him?
No,
Whoa.
You're
What-
kidding.
What did she do?
I don't know.
They're still together?
What did your mom say to you when you told her what happened?
I don't know. It was just kind of blown over.
So to speak.
She must have heard that that kind of thing before.
All right. Yeah, I guess maybe you'd done it to some other guys.
I guess.
Did you beat him up?
Actually, my real father put a gun in his mouth and pulled the trigger, but it wasn't loaded.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
What a family.
Got any brothers? Say that.
Way about it.
Yeah.
So that's
Wow.
All right, dude. Thanks.
all right.
Good story.
All right.
Pretty good. Pretty good day we're having here.
Wow.
You could do just a whole show on this.
Weird stuff.
Well, here's the guy who slept with his aunt and his uncle, and then the uncle killed himself. You want to hear that one?
Sure. I want to know if he feels guilty.
Dude.
Hello?
So, how do you sleep? So is here we go. Is your aunt hot?
Oh, yeah. She's absolutely beautiful.
How old are you?
Still is. 26.
When did this happen?
2 years ago.
So how old is your aunt?
At that time, she was 38 or 39.
And she's really cute?
She's beautiful.
No
It
kidding.
was like a dream come true.
Wow. Now she's free to marry you.
Suppose she is.
All right, let me on this. All right,
You
get
can't marry your aunt, can you?
Sure you can.
Is it by blood?
Is your aunt your real, like, is your aunt married into the family, or is it your...
Uncle.
My mom's sister.
It's your mom's sister.
So it is blood.
So is your mom hot?
Well, she's my mom.
Yeah, but is she a hot-looking woman?
She's a little overweight. Typical Italian mom.
But your aunt, for some reason, is really good-looking.
She's gorgeous.
And you always fantasized about her?
Yeah, pretty much growing up. I'm used to see her. She used to come over and visit. She lived out of state for a while. So she used to come over and visit for like a week at a time back in the summer
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And she'd go in our pool. You know, sometimes at night I used to peek out through the blinds, see her going topless.
No kidding.
It was great.
And how tall is she?
Oh, yeah.
She's probably about 5'6".
How much does she weigh?
I suppose back then she weighed about 120. Real thin.
Big breasts?
Not really, just big.
Just a tight body.
Yeah, just a very tight body. Nice hips. Not big, but just, I mean, it was a dream come true.
No kidding. And she look like anyone famous? Like, did she look like Farrah Fawcett or something?
I don't remember the lady's name, but I know she's an actress. She played in Tom Hanks in Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh, Meg Ryan.
Yeah, but with longer blonde hair.
Yeah, she's cute. I like Meg Ryan. Listen.
What, you mean there should be an agreement on it?
Right, guys?
Sign us
You know
up.
what I mean? Not even go to a wrong place. Not even the right place.
I don't think that place is so wrong.
Right.
Reserved, right.
So your aunt and stuff, so how do you end up sleeping with your aunt and your uncle?
Well, what happened?
Was he good looking?
And I mean, why would your uncle kill himself? He had a hot wife.
I think they had other problems.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess
they
so.
were sleeping with their nephew.
Right.
So what is he? So what are you? Were you going over their house to visit him or something? Is
No, I was going to college, and I was pretty happy going to up in Montclair State. And I was moving in, and it was a week before classes started, and they were assisting me, along with my parents, in moving in, like getting the dorm room.
Right. It's pretty nice.
It was pretty nice of them, yeah. And then
Was your aunt like dressed inappropriately as she was helping you move into your dorm?
No, I remember it was kind of, it was pretty much the beginning of the school year. Everybody was dressed in like jeans and T-shirts and stuff. It was kind of warm out.
Right.
And she came in during the evening, when my parents had left. I mean, I only lived like a half hour away.
Yeah, so she comes over without the uncle?
She came in, huh?
She comes over with the uncle.
Well, I didn't know he was there. She
Right.
came in, she knocked on the door, and I was still getting my room set up. I was actually in one of my one of the rooms next door, and I didn't hear anybody come in my room. And then when I walk in, she was sort of in the bathroom. And then when I finally started getting undressed, so she appeared.
She was in the bathroom, and then she walks out, and she's naked?
Well, no, she wasn't naked.
You just didn't know she was in the room.
I didn't know she was in the room.
So you were getting undressed.
Well, I was just taking off my shirt, just
Right.
sort of like just get ready to go to bed, and I heard the bathroom door close, and she just stepped out into the little. We only had like one room with a bathroom, so
Yeah.
she was almost like in the center of the room, and she said, "Hi, Richie," and I just sat back and said, "Hi." I said, "Where's Uncle Robert?" And she's like, "Well, he just decided to." Stay home, and I just thought I maybe left my purse up here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't see it. I said, I've been around the place. And she said, well, sit down. Tell me, what you want to take in college and stuff.
She's going to help you out. Hey, now.
So she started to sit on the same side of the bed that I was on.
Right.
And before I know it, she kind of said, listen, you're pretty uptight about it. You don't worry. She said, let me turn on the music. And she put on my stereo that I had just finished setting up.
And you probably figured, hey, nothing's going on here. It's just she's being friendly.
I thought she was she was always nice to me, and
Right.
she was always more than happy to help out.
Right, and then
You didn't know how much.
Yeah. She's really ready to help out. So, yeah, she sits on the bed, and then what happens?
She just said, listen, let me, you're uptight about this.
Right.
Let me give you, do you mind if I give you a massage? I was like, no.
And then you
So
go.
I had just like a tank top T-shirt on.
Right.
And she just took the tank top straps off and slid them down my arms. And then before you know it, she started rubbing my chest, and she started, sort of massaging my shoulders. And then before you know it,
Yeah.
I started getting an erection.
Aroused. Yeah.
And then she just said, can I see that? And I was like...
She said, can I see that?
Yeah.
I need to see that.
Let me see that.
No kidding. And what's your aunt wearing at this time? Just the jeans and
She was wearing a pair of shorts. I mean, it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary. It was just a regular...
short shorts?
No.
Right, regular
It wasn't
shorts.
just a regular pair of shorts and a shirt, like a T-shirt. And she was wearing a bra and everything.
Yeah.
But eventually, after, things moved along,
And when she said she wanted to see you with your pants off, you took your pants off for her?
Yeah, well, no, I had a pair of, gym shorts on. She just like
slid them down.
Yeah,
wow.
She slid them down, and she started grabbing me, and
she liked what she saw, and things progressed from there. And then she got naked for you.
Well, she slipped off her top, and then I got so turned on that I slipped off her pants.
Wow, that's your aunt. Oh man.
Where's the line where you say this is wrong?
So how's your uncle end up getting into the sack with you?
Well, after like maybe.
Was he peering through the window or something?
He must have been like into
waiting for
watching.
an opportune time.
No, then about I guess it was when you're fooling around like that. I mean, time passes kind of quick.
So so in other words,
he came looking for her.
Don't you think that like maybe they had set this up, or you think that he got?
I think they set it up. There's no question about it.
Right. So he all of a sudden knocks on the door.
No, he didn't knock on the door. The next thing I know is I feel a hand on my ass.
Wow, and it's your uncle? Wow.
And what do you do?
Well,
hey, there's a hand on my ass.
It ain't hers.
Wait a second.
Another hand
I got two, and my ass got two hands, and there's another hairy hand involved in this scenario.
Wait a minute.
Maybe it's thing.
So like you were in the middle of like really doing her, right?
Well, she was no. I was laying flat on the bed.
All right, I can imagine what she was doing.
She was
doing something to you.
She was no. I don't think we're on the same wavelength. She was like moving herself up to my mouth.
Oh, she was kissing you.
No.
I see. Okay, I get it. All right, yeah. All right. Okay. Hey, listen, it's double entendre. I'm not so quick. I get it now.
She slid herself.
We understand.
We understand, dude. And then your uncle shows up.
Well,
so you were so busy and your eyes were covered at the
You
time.
couldn't see.
And all of a sudden your uncle is involved. And was he naked when you suddenly?
No. As far as I could tell, he started like putting his hand on my rear end, and then at first I didn't know what was going on, and then I saw it, but I figured I didn't want to lose my aunt.
Right. So you think your aunt was annoyed that he was there, or she was into it?
I think she was into it because she kept saying, Robert, go around me, go around. And then before you know
he didn't invade you, did he?
Well, no, he didn't invade me, but he scooped me.
Yeah, right. I was getting kind of into it with the aunt, but
Stop. No, not you.
So then you and your uncle got it on too?
Well, when my aunt finally finished her business on my face,
right?
She sort of like got doggy style.
Well, all right. I don't know if we can go much further with this story.
Boy.
And then
all right. I get it.
You two.
Did you kiss your uncle?
Well, not on his mouth.
You're gay too?
No, I'm not gay.
You might be bi.
I'm not bi. I'm definitely heterosexual.
I don't know.
Come on, you had fun that night.
You've been kissing my uncle.
Where'd you kiss him?
Well, we'll figure it out.
Oh, come on, Jackie.
Come on, Jackie, you moron.
What are you?
By the door.
Oh, no.
Where'd you kiss him?
He could he said not on the mouth.
Yeah, well, what do you
I
think?
thought maybe on the neck or
No, I don't think that's what he's
So
talking
silly.
about. But he wouldn't kiss him on the mouth because that's wrong.
Yeah.
That would mean he was gay.
Yeah. So then your uncle goes and kills himself?
Well, about 2 weeks later.
So was that the last time you got it on with them? I mean, like just that one time?
Well, my aunt was, kind of like after they left, after everything was over, my uncle left. She was kissing me.
Yeah.
So my uncle sort of like sneaked out the door. And then after that, I don't know where he went. And then all I know is she split about 20 minutes later after still kissing me and stuff. And I saw them at when I went home, like the 2 weekends later.
And you had sex with them there?
No, but I saw my aunt, and she walked over to me. I was in my sister's room, and she walked over to me, and she said, I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you not saying anything to your mother. And,
yeah.
And, your uncle and I had a nice time. And
oh, boy.
We'd like to do it again.
We're having a little bit of a problem because I don't think he should have, he should have did what he did. Do you object?
Oh.
And I said, well, it felt great, but...
It's a little late to ask.
Yeah, right.
I said, but I don't know if it should happen anymore.
Right.
And I said, but I still want it to happen with you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know if I want my uncle involved, but...
And what did she say?
Well, she said, look, I want it to happen again, too, but you have to, you have to pretty much keep it quiet.
Right. Well, hey, who's going to talk about that?
And then,
since she was my fantasy, I said, what the heck? I mean,
And so did you do it with her a couple more times?
Well, when she was talking to me, I said, can I touch you? And she was like, you can. And she shut the door. And
you started getting on with her right there.
Well, I didn't get it on with her. I just started putting my hand in.
So how many times did you... Oh, in the bathing suit. So how many times did you end up getting it on with her total?
Twice before he killed himself, and then twice after.
Oh, gee.
Did you get laid at the wake?
About 2 days after.
Really?
Fell into the hole.
Did she feel bad that he killed himself, or she didn't care?
Well, she said that She said, Uncle Robert won't need his car anymore, so she's. You could use his car to come visit me, and I was.
Oh man!
You
Oh
got the
man!
car?
Yeah, it was a nice car. He was in the
And
turn.
then you did her 2 more times after he died, and then what happened? Then she called it off.
No. After that, she said that she wanted to continue to see me, but then I had a girlfriend, so then I would just go to her house for dinner, and then we just make out and then fool around on the couch. She just kept trying to tease me, though, throughout the whole thing.
So you don't see her anymore, huh?
Oh yeah, I still see her.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah.
And you still do her?
Well, I'm not in college anymore, but
Right. You still
I
do your aunt, though?
I'm sorry.
You still do your aunt?
I still don't. Well, yeah.
Sometimes.
The last time I did it was about 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
We hooked up.
Hey, why don't you and your aunt come in one time? And I won't. We don't have to put it on TV or anything. We just do it on the radio. Bring her in. Can you do that? Can you check out with her?
I would. Yeah, I would. I think it would be great.
I'd like to see her, man.
She's really beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be hot.
Really beautiful. And now all of a sudden, now that my
Does she have another husband now?
No, I mean I don't really keep in touch with her that way, but
We should call her on the air.
she's
We should get on with her. Don't
Yeah, let's
identify
not
her.
identify her
Don't
too much.
identify her. All right. Anyway, okay, dude. She sounds like she's pretty cute, though.
she's.
Hey, ask her if she'll come in, okay?
I will.
All right. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
All right.
All right, hold on. Baba Booey will pick up.
I'll be right with you.
I got to take a break.
Howard, you can either speak to Frank Gifford or we could speak to a guy who lost his virginity to his grandmother.
Oh, come on. I don't want to. I can't take any more.
I think the Yale.
I think I've had it.
I'll save it for tomorrow.
Yeah, I've had enough. I've had enough. Jesus Christ.
Where's my teeth?
What?
Where's my teeth?
All right. Next segment will be, could you imagine if Frank Gifford ever called into the show? What it would be like if Frank Gifford called into the show. It would be a reenactment. Well, not a reenactment, but
Enactment, because it's never happened.
Right. Let me take a break and I'll explain when I get back. All right, this is called What If Frank Gifford Called Into the Show? Robin, Frank Gifford's on the show.
All right.
I mean, he's on the
I can't
phone.
believe this. What is Frank calling about?
Is this still Gary?
No. Giff, it's Howard. We're on the air.
Stern?
Yes, Giff, it's Howard.
Okay, first of all, you don't call me Giff. It's Mr. Gifford to you.
All right, Robin, a very hostile Giff. I mean,
Mr. Gifford?
Well, Mr. Epstein, actually, we should say.
Well, he's the guy. Kathy Lee has to take him.
Yeah, but come on, she's more famous than him. You're Mr. Epstein.
Shut your mouth, Warren. I've had enough of your idiocy, and I want you to listen to me. I don't know what my sweet, beautiful wife ever did to you, but your attacks on her are going to stop right now.
Oh, they are they?
Yeah, they are, Stern. And if you don't like it, your ugly attacks on Kathy Lee and my kids, I'm going to beat your ass.
Hey, Giff, aren't you like 100 years old? You're not beating anyone's ass.
When was the last time you had a fight?
Yeah.
You loathsome little pussy. You're not a man. I'll crush you, and you know it.
I got to tell you, Giff, you're a lot feistier than I thought, but I have to take a break here, okay?
Well, I'm not done with you yet, woman.
What?
Well, listen. Just hang on. I have to take a break, okay?
Are we in a commercial?
Yeah, sure. We're in a commercial right now.
Howard, I'm sorry I have to do this, but that crazy bitch made me call in.
You mean Kathy Lee?
Howard, it's awful. She's like Hitler with breasts. My life is a living hell.
All right, listen, Mr. Gifford, this is all very shocking. I got to tell you, I didn't know. Now that we're in commercial, you can talk openly and honestly.
Please, Howard, call me Giff. Your show is the only thing that gets me through it all.
Giff, you listen to my show?
Every day, as soon as the Wicked Witch leaves for work.
Man, that is great news, Giff. But I have to admit, even though
Has he ever been caught, I wonder?
Yeah, really, you don't want Kathy Lee to catch you listening to the show, but I have to admit, even though, I really, brutally make fun of Kathy Lee on the air, I wouldn't mind a roll in the sack with her.
Is she any good?
That's what got me hooked, way back when I was a young man of 80. But now, Howard, all I want is a good bowl of soup and some pain-free urination. You know who I envy, Howard?
Who?
Ray Combs.
The guy, whoa, Giff, you mean you envy a guy who beat his own head in with a rock?
Not really. The guy I really envy is O.J. If only I were a colored fellow. Seriously, Howard.
What does that mean?
Howard, seriously. I'm so desperate I'm thinking of changing my name to Eric.
Oh, like Fred did. All right. Now, things are getting really bad for you, aren't they?
You're telling me. The other day she sends me down to hand out counterfeit $100 bills to a bunch of poor kids.
Counterfeit?
Oh, yeah. The Kathy Lee's tight with a buck, let me tell you.
So in other words, when you went out and handed out all that money, it was counterfeit. You know, by the way, your wife's real name is Kathy Lee Epstein. Isn't that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
It's true?
Yep. See, I thought you'd made that up as a joke. Thought it was hilarious, but she's really a Jew, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I really nailed a lot of heat girls, but I never want to marry one.
Wow, this is really a shocking revelation.
I'll tell you another thing, Howard. You know how to say Kathy Lee is going to turn Cody and Cassidy into serial killers?
Right.
I think you're right on the money with that prediction. I just thank God by the time they've grown up, I'll be dead.
Oh, no.
Now, Gift, don't say that.
My kids are going to be more messed up than Regis' kids with flippers. Hey, you think I smoked crack and had a stroke if she divorced me?
You mean, let me...
You really want out.
You really want out. You mean like, Listen to me. Remember that guy who was on my show who smoked crack and the whole left side of his body went out? You want to be like that? That guy? You want to be like him, the guy from the other morning?
That lucky bastard. Oh, man, let me tell you the latest scheme, Howard. Kathy Lee wants to adopt more kids.
To try to help her public image with the whole sweatshop scandal?
Sort of. She's sending me to Nicaragua to bring back 60 little boys and girls who can sew at least 2,000 stitches an hour.
Now.
And you'll have your seamstress right at home.
Yeah, how will you even be allowed to do that?
I don't know. She just handed me a big stack of counterfeit hundreds and told me to get going right after I'm done yelling at you. Hey, this is a pretty long commercial break, isn't it?
Well, we're just about back from commercials, Gif.
Don't you usually do a live commercial during break?
Boy, you really do listen, don't you?
Sure, I listen. Hey, F. Jackie.
Oh, he
All
really
right.
is a listener.
All right, now, Gif, we're coming back. All right, I'm coming back from commercial, so, we got to... All right?
Get ready to yell.
Get ready to yell, okay?
All right, listen. So, like I said, Stern, I've had enough of your BS. All your jokes about Kathy Lee are going to stop unless you make me a proud, perverted head in. Got me?
What?
Are you going senile? All right, Mr. Gifford. See that? That's what if Gif called it? That segment is called. Isn't that great? You think it would go like that?
No.
Wouldn't that be great?
He could one out. That's one thing.
I saw Gif on Larry King.
Yeah?
With Kathy Lee. They did it together.
When was this?
2 nights ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
And what were they saying?
I saw it on tape. It was pretty weird. Like, she was defending herself against all the allegations. And she said to Larry King, Larry, I've always prided myself. I'm a celebrity that's always tried to tell the truth and try to be, honest broadcaster and all this, much like yourself. And I'm going to myself, and Larry sits there with
Well, you have been much like him.
the guy who lied about being friends with Sandy Koufax.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's sort of saying how all celebrities pretty much don't know where their stuff is made, and she's not the only one, and they're just picking on her and stuff. And she started bringing up Jacqueline Smith's name again.
Again?
Yeah.
Didn't this woman say, stop talking about me?
Yeah. Leave me alone. So anyway, that's what it would sound like if Gif called us. We that's what we'd like to think it would sound
I understand that Spy Magazine has an article this month about Kathy Lee and the Carnival Cruise Line.
Yeah.
And they say, that country Liberia that I've mentioned occasionally where they were getting all the Americans out of there?
Now, Larry King brought this up in the interview, and the Kathy Lee said, well, she wouldn't comment on it. She didn't know anything about it. It was the first time she was hearing about it, but she said, consider the source who's saying it. So I didn't know. I thought it was like the Inquirer or something. You're saying it's Spy Magazine?
Yeah.
She's saying it's a filthy magazine,
Well, filthy or not, the Carnival Cruise Line ships are, licensed or whatever you do with ships. The country of origin is Liberia.
The country that hates us.
Well, it doesn't. It's not a country that hates us.
Doesn't?
It's a country that's in absolute anarchy. They're having like a civil war over there.
Oh, really?
But the point that I'm trying to make is that when the country of origin of a ship is a particular place, that's the country that's responsible for, inspections and safety, etc. This country has no government, essentially.
Wow.
It's at war with itself.
So Liberia's in charge.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
so that's where the Carnival Cruise Line comes out of.
Yeah, I guess the safety regulations are more lax over in Liberia.
Yes, and, any kind of work regulations, to protect the sailors.
Is that what they were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, because Kathy was saying, I know Arnie Arnstein, whoever the hell the guy's name is, who owns Carnival Cruise. I've been in association with him for 10 years, and I can't imagine. And she was like, I got to tell you, though, boy, I'd love to do her. Oh. I'd love to nasty her face. Good God Almighty. She looked pretty on Larry King. Next to Larry, she looked like a goddamn angel. Guy's got a face only a dog could love. God damn, Larry's ugly. Do you see his face? One eye is
Larry
almost
is
all
a
closed.
lizard. He's a lizard.
He's the lizard king.
He can do anything.
And I love how he thinks he's like really happening. But if he went off CNN, he couldn't get a rating point anywhere.
You know what's funny? Last night I happened to tune into, what was it, Inside Edition or one of those shows. And Larry has now set up a foundation. He's found a way to get himself some good PR.
Oh, yeah?
After, he's Mr. Heart Attack Man.
Yeah, now what's his foundation?
After his heart attack, he decided he wanted to help other people with heart disease who were indigent or didn't have enough money. So he set up the Larry King
Has to have
Cardiac Foundation.
He just can't donate some of that money he gets from Ted Turner. He's got to set up a Larry King Foundation.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
every year they help one heart patient who would
Wow.
not be able to get a transplant because they couldn't afford it.
I thought he'd help people with lizard skin.
So there he was with the guy who got a heart transplant because Larry footed the bill and all this other
Yeah,
stuff.
Larry with his big-
Got to actually meet with Larry after
Yeah, big smelly Larry. Jesus.
sitting there patting himself on the back.
Hey, Larry, why don't you send up a foundation that every year helps one ex-wife
No,
who can't make ends meet because her husband keeps bailing out on her after 2 weeks of marriage?
he'll fight them in court to try to keep every dime.
Oh, I see. Hey, Larry, why don't you help some women who have been divorced by guys who just insist on marrying multiple partners? That he can't do. You're going to help heart patients.
And only one.
Real compassionate Larry
I can
King.
only help one person a year.
Womanizing, you're dehumanizing women, taking them for marriage, then dumping them publicly.
Falling in love every 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's the he's now going to help people. Isn't that great? Don't you love all the do-gooders in this
I love
world?
him. I do.
I'd love to examine the lives of some of the do-gooders who want to get me off the air. I'd love to examine their lives. I'm betting they're all a bunch of Larry Kings. Everybody's got something to hide, except for me and my monkey. Kathy Lee and Larry King, 2 users. It's pretty weird, though. She looked pretty hot.
Was she wearing her clothing or someone else's?
Now, this is weird. So Larry goes, so some lady calls up and goes, hey, Kathy Lee, why don't you wear your clothing on your TV show? She goes, I would love to. The Disney people won't let me because it's conflict of interest. And Nordstrom's dresses me, but blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, she could push that issue. Because it would be considered a commercial. I would love to wear my clothes. Meanwhile, they had
She wore them on there the other day.
Yeah, so then I'm thinking to myself, well, she's on Larry King right now. She ain't wearing one of her outfits. Right. How come? She's not prevented from doing that there.
Larry wouldn't have stopped her. He doesn't know what she's wearing.
Yeah. Looked like Larry was wearing one of her outfits. That would have been funny.
She should have dressed her and Gil.
Yeah.
And Larry
Schmatters.
in those stupid clothes.
And then she goes, and besides, I'm not at fault because, Walmart assured me that everything, and Walmart's not at fault even.
Nobody's at fault.
Nobody's at fault. She couldn't figure out how they made those dresses for $3.
And Walmart certainly doesn't know its own industry.
No. She goes, they contract that out. And I think the good people at Walmart, there's no good people at Walmart. A bunch of skunks. They're scumbags.
They run mom and pop businesses out of business when they come into new areas.
They're scumbags.
Incredibly bad tactics.
Oh, and by the way, they couldn't sell my book because they're worried about young children. Scumbags. I'll tell you something. If I came home and saw my wife in a Kathy Lee outfit, I saw her wearing that garbage, looking like a dog, I'd throw her right the hell out of the goddamn house. What do you think of that? I say, you can't come home and dress for me.
For divorce.
Yeah, you can't dress for me, you bitch. You can't put on something nice or I'll be attracted to you instead of that ugly $3 rag made by Honduran children sweatshop laborers.
What is that, birth control you're practicing?
Yeah, what are you doing? What do you want to do? To make me homosexual? I'd rather be with a guy, all right? I'd rather be with my uncle.
My uncle and my stepfather.
And my stepfather. My friend bought some Kathy Lee clothes the other day, except there was some children's blood on it from their fingers bleeding into the fabric, and she got kind of upset. I think they cleaned it up. Kathy Lee. Boy, I'd love to have sex with that little pig. Jesus Christ. Give me some of that action, man. A good-looking dame like that, all full of herself, all religious and stuff. Give me some of that.
Boy.
Give me some of that, man.
You're really serious.
Oh, I'm very serious. I almost used the S word. Damn. Give me some of that.
Why do you want to? I mean, you're talking about making love. Why do you want to make love in an evil way?
It's the only way I want to make love. There's nothing lovely about it. I'd be done in 2 seconds. She'd be like sitting there going, "That's it? I let you make love to me? And that's it?" Oh, man. Like to put her on a rack.
Torture her,
Torture
from
her.
a tree.
Hang her from a tree. Upside down.
Clothespins.
Yeah, clothespins on her breasts. Oh, forget about it.
Oh, you're terrible.
I mean, with consent, of course. She's got to be hankering for a young man. Well, the gift looked pretty good, I got to admit, on Larry King.
Well, he had his makeup on.
Looked like he had a facelift, if you ask me. He's got nicer skin than I do.
I don't think so. I told you I saw him the other day when he was handing out the hundreds.
Yeah? Looked pretty bad, huh?
It was not pretty.
Handsome couple. I'd like to get it on with Giff and Kathy Lee at the same time.
Oh, all of a sudden, Kathy Lee walks into the room.
Here's my
with
fantasy,
yeah.
all right? I'm in bed with Kathy Lee, and we're getting it on and everything, and then I can't see for a couple of minutes because she's completely covering my face. All of a sudden, I feel a hand on my ass. And it's Giff's hand, but it's not like he's beating me up. He's gnarling my tuchus like it's dough, like he's baking bread. And he's digging it. And he's like, "What are you doing there, Stern?" I go, "I'm pleasuring Kathy Lee." "Well, let me see if I can't do something for you."
That's your new fantasy.
Yeah. And then Cody comes into the room and finds us and gets psychologically damaged and goes on Geraldo and says, "I found Howard Stern in bed with my parents."
Now there's a revelation.
There's a story. And Cody admits himself into Cassidy House. That'd be pretty funny. I don't think it'll ever happen, though.
As we said today, some dreams do come true.
Yeah.
Keep wishing.
Keep wishing, you might get your dream. Okay, I got to take a break, and then we go to do the news and get out of here.
All right.
Maybe I'll get better. I'm sick. That's why my humor's been so weird today. I'll be back right after this. Thank you. I'm a tiger myself. The roar of a tiger.
Because I noticed in all the reports, they say Marge Schott is in trouble for making racist and anti-Semitic remarks. This time it was just an what some people consider an anti-Semitic remark.
Right.
They keep throwing in the racist thing. So you'll be reminded that Marge Schott also said the word nigger.
Right.
Because you know the Jews can't get anybody thrown off of anything.
No. It's very hard.
They got to get the blacks all riled up.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're going to be meeting today in Philadelphia. Nobody thinks that anything will come out of this first meeting, but look for some action to be taken against Marge to keep her separated from her team. Ray Knight, who is the manager of the Cincinnati Reds, says it'll break her heart.
It would be devastating to her. People don't know this is her life. I mean, she comes to this ballpark every day, and she's got, all the money in the world, and this is her family.
Yeah.
It's not funny, Jackie.
Her family's a bunch of niggers and spicks and kikes, and this is her family.
And even though she calls them names, she loves them all.
Yeah. She loves all her pickaninny players. Man.
This is a little
much as
old woman she can't change her ways at this point.
She ain't going to change her ways. So what do we care if she changed her ways? Let her own her stupid baseball team.
It's not keeping black people from playing baseball. Right. And if her hiring practices are wrong, then do something about that.
Right.
But what are you going to rob her of her team now?
Yeah, and you're going to tell me that she's the only anti-Semite in the world?
Yeah, she's just too stupid to keep her mouth shut.
She's the only woman who hates blacks and Jews? Come on. You're talking about the whole world hates blacks and Jews. And she's not all bad. I hear she's negotiating to get a gook on the team.
Are women invading Major League Baseball for the first time last night? A woman pitched in a Major League farm team game, Howard.
I'm not against that.
Pamela, I didn't say you had to be against it.
No, you might have assumed.
You act like I'm attacking you.
No, I'm just saying I'm not against that.
I think thou dost protest too much.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not even saying it to you, quite frankly. I'm just not against that. I think it's
There's
cool.
nothing to be against here. Would you let me tell
A lot of guys are against it. A lot of guys don't want to see women playing in it.
Pamela Davis pitched her way into history yesterday as the first female to pitch for a Major League Farm club under modern minor league rules. Davis helped the Jacksonville Suns to a 7-2 win over the Australian Olympic team last night. After her debut, Davis received a standing ovation and high fives from her teammates.
Is she straight or lesbian?
I don't know the woman, Howard.
Because a lot of guys think that if a woman plays baseball, she's a lesbo. But that's not necessarily true.
The 21-year-old says she's not looking for a door to the majors. She just wants to show what a woman can do if given the chance.
She wants to show what a woman could do if given the chance. I got something better in mind.
Breaking barriers is nothing new to Davis. She played on her high school baseball team and was the first girl to pitch in the Junior League World Series in 1988.
It's great getting struck out by a girl in it.
What's wrong with that?
You're not a guy. You don't know what it's about.
Oh, you guys, so easily subdued. Why don't you get some backbone?
Really, man. Thank you, OJ.
Drinking and using drugs are apparently a big problem for increasing numbers of women.
Not for Jackie.
He's not a woman. A new report says abuse of drugs and alcohol by women is happening more and more, especially among teenage girls. And it says that the problem is now nearly on par with men.
Oh, yeah.
The Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University says girls are now 15 times more likely than their mothers to begin using illegal drugs by the age of 15.
Oh, yeah.
So much easier to get laid now because of that.
40% of today's crack addicts are women.
Yeah. Excellent. Crack addicts aren't too picky.
We are achieving parity.
Good for you girls. In baseball and in crack.
Cool.
Did you hear about the cross burning?
Yeah.
That occurred on Long Island? Well, they've arrested 2 teenagers as a result. They burned the cross on the lawn of a Haitian family, allegedly. Suffolk County Police say 19-year-old Brian Levy and 17-year-old Javier Caballero are charged with aggravated harassment and conspiracy.
Levy sounds like a Jew.
Yeah. And Caballero, what's that?
Jew. What do you think? No, it's very rare you see Jews burning crosses.
And Hispanics.
No. Well, maybe he's not a Jew. There are Levies that aren't Jewish.
Is that true?
I don't know. I just made that
Is there a
up.
spelling difference?
Yeah. How do you spell that?
Levi.
That's Levi.
Is it?
Sure.
Well,
I don't
what is
know.
that?
What do I know? What is that?
It's a typo.
It was bad enough that an adult bookstore opened in a small Massachusetts town, according to the people who live there. Now officials of Hadley are upset about the store's latest idea, topless employees.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Town officials say they couldn't do much to stop the store from opening last fall, and their hands may be tied to prohibit them from exercising their right to use topless clerks.
I would go there. Where is this?
In Hadley, Massachusetts.
I would go there.
They fear there is no legal way for the town to keep workers in the X-rated store from disrobing.
I think that's terrific.
Well, I hope they move next door to you.
Yeah. Right in my community. Never happened.
And you're going to have a tough time this summer sitting around the pool because there are going to be a lot of mosquitoes and black flies.
I don't think I'll be singing outside this summer, so I have nothing
well,
to worry
then you'll
about.
be safe.
Yeah, what are those black flies? I see flies or something flying around.
I don't know what any of this is, but it's all because of the heavy snows this winter. It made a great shelter for the mosquito eggs.
Great.
And now the wet spring is a fertile ground for their hatching. So there's going to be a lot of mosquito infestation this summer.
My spring is so wet.
So there you have it. That is what's happening.
Thanks, Robin. I don't like taking vitamins. They give me diarrhea.
Well, how many do you take?
Oh, man. I don't take a lot. I take like 1,500 milligrams, and then I get diarrhea, so I stop.
That'll put you into diarrhea?
Oh, yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Well, then you shouldn't take that.
Freddie has a sound effect of diarrhea.
is a sound effect.
It's a sound effect, but it's not diarrhea. But it should.
What is it supposed to be?
It could suggest it's stronger.
Right.
It is.
He doesn't want to tell you what it's supposed to be.
I see. Ruin the illusion.
Right.
Howard Stern and a phone caller discussing our special lineup of guests.
Why don't you have a nice Jewish prostitute on there like Heidi Fleiss? Why don't you get her on there?
I had her on 3 times.
Huh?
I had her on 3 times, you whore.
You filthy kike, you.
You filthy half kike. Half kike.
You hook-nosed kike, you filthy ugly
You
Jew.
scumbag, filthy bitch,
filthy,
hoe,
nasty
you
Jew.
nasty, filthy hoe. Come down here, I want to beat your wicked ass. I'll
Why
take...
don't you put your decrepit ugly Jewish mother on the street?
Oh, yeah? I'll put you out on the street, you little filthy whore. You make me sick, you scumbag, you piece of garbage, jerk off.
They should have put your mother in Auschwitz. Maybe you wouldn't be here right now, you filthy
Your
kike.
rat-infested private parts. You probably can't even get a man, you skank.
Ah, feel the warmth and the warm spot in my shorts. It's the Howard Stern Show.